What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid techno, and back with a modern remix, or homage, or remake of Acid Ted and Dynamic Intervention's Pressure, a tune I absolutely love on Acid Tracks. Just reacted to it, check out the original video if you're interested. But this remix, I actually already reacted to on my old channel, but as I mentioned, my old videos got compressed by YouTube, so the sound isn't quite as good, so rather than upload that old video and not hear this tune quite as full and fresh as it should be, I figured it's a tune that deserves to be heard properly, so I wanted to go back and re-react to it. Also, the producer, Ciuciek, Marcin is one of my favorite people in the world, one of the best people in the acid techno world, not only because I love his tunes and in particular the way he sort of coaxes and gets the best out of the 303, but also just because he's a super cool person. Known him for a few years now on social media, and sometimes he'll let me preview tracks that he's working on and that are going to come out in a little while. Always appreciate that. Just a super positive dude, super friendly guy. So big ups to Marcin, and big ups to this release, which is it's an entire Ciuciek release. It's on Chris Liberator's sub-label, AAA, Acid Artists in Action, which is sort of under the Stay Up Forever umbrella. But without any further ado, because I'm actually worried that I may not have enough time to shoot this video, in terms of my, the space on my phone is what I mean. Nevertheless, we're going to get to, as I said, Pressure by Ciuciek, which, is it on this side or is it on the other side? I think it's on this side. So yes, this is Ciuciek, Pressure, which again is sort of a remake of the Acid Ted Dynamic Intervention track. And I would point out to you, it's like he took the original, deep fried it in acid filth. This tune is very similar to the original, especially in the first couple minutes. But then it just, again, it's like it puts it in the deep fryer of techno filth, and we get a menacing, wicked version of the tune in the back half, or for the back 2/3. But again, as I said on Discogs under my Mr. Tom Servo review, or the account that I review under, I mentioned this remake. It hews pretty closely to the original, which I think is great. Hey, this is a shout out to this old track, and then a couple minutes in, and here's what I'm going to do with it. But again, as I said, when I first heard this, I saw the name of the tune Pressure, and I was like, oh man, and I wonder if that might be a remix of that old Acid Ted and Dynamic Intervention tune. So I get the release, shout out to Chris, he brought to my attention, hey, we got this label coming out, AAA, I think you're really gonna like it, whatever. So I got this record, put on this track first, and it was the first thing you hear, the pressure, and that alarm. It's oh my god, yes. Thank you, Ciuciek, for being another person who recognizes the quality of that original tune. You see the way he played with the siren sound there? Now a little kind of buzzing line that, again, very much playing off the original. I love that dead pause at the end of that measure, by the way. I love when records do that, because they allow for stuff, transitioning, double dropping, or just beat juggling. Lots of little turntable opportunities created by those kind of sections at the end of measures. I love that. And then you're like, oh, so what's different? Oh shit, that's different. Techno filth, right? The demented, dissonant, it's like a I'm going crazy sort of synth line. Which, Pressure, sort of the wicked vibes of the original, and you add that on top of it. Very smashing sort of quality here. Couple classic Stay Forever tunes that have like a vibe kind of like this. I love tunes that come from the modern era, but which you can mix like seamlessly with old school classics. It's telling that like they were able to capture a similar sort of vibe, right? Ugh. Okay, so I love the like breakbeat, like kick beat breakdown. But I also love the way that kind of elastic rubber band acid line kind of bounced its way back into the track. Very elastic. Again, the original tune is wicked, but this is like, take the original, inject like drugs straight into its head, and you get this remake. Love that use of the sort of siren synth from the original, or to go up and then down with it. That kind of high, that little chirping acid line in the center of it all. It's like the gutter punk cousin of the original. The original, it's got flair and it's, you know, it's punk rock, it's acid, but this one is like the dirty spike jacket like cousin, even more of a gutter punk. Love that little dead pause. Just while you're transitioning out, while you're in your double drop on the way out, you can play with that. You can like kill the incoming record just for that beat, bring it back. And it gives that like sort of like stop start, like the audience often will react to that, like, oh shit, like he's juggling with the beats. Love it. Brilliant. Like I said, big ups to Marcin, not only for being one of my favorite acid whisperers, so to speak, and one of my favorite producers of the modern era, but just a super cool dude. So shout out to him again. Shout out to Chris for the awesome AAA label. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed that. Let me know how you'd compare it to the original. I think they're both awesome. It's just, you know, like two different types of cars. You might want to drive one day, might want to drive another the other day. I've actually done a mix where I started, I think, with the original, and then the last track of the set was Marcin's remix. So, you know, I love playing around with stuff like that when you have different versions of the same tune. Nevertheless, let me know what you think. Thank you for listening and watching. I will see you next time. Peace.